disappointment in the results of the advertising campaigns that they led on Facebook. So can you explain us what the results of these surveys are? I have a strong English accent, I know.
Yes, so we did research in a couple of different ways for this study. I think everyone saw the survey results, and of course we did run a survey of almost 400 very large companies, of enterprise-sized marketers in the US, the UK, and Canada, in which we asked them many questions about their use of digital marketing, and especially about their satisfaction with the results of different digital marketing channels. In addition to that, though, we speak with hundreds of marketers every year, also large enterprise marketers in North America and in Europe. And so we have hundreds of conversations with these companies every year, listening to their stories, sometimes of success with marketing channels and sometimes of their stories of failure with different marketing channels. And the understanding we got from both of these methods, both from our survey work and from these hundreds of marketer conversations, is that marketers are underwhelmed with Facebook. That most of the marketers we speak to, most of the marketers that we survey, simply were expecting to find much more value than they're actually getting right now. In the survey, specifically, we found that marketers believe Facebook delivers less business value, significantly less business value than search marketing, than email marketing, and even significantly less value than regular online banner ads. So the picture that we've gotten from these surveys that we do, as well as from these many hundreds of marketer conversations that we conduct, is simply that marketers are dissatisfied. And that
what were their aims? What were their primary aims? What were their goals? What were their goals with Facebook? What were their aims?
I think there were a couple of problems, right? Number one, many marketers feel as if they've been tricked, quite frankly. As an industry, digital marketers spent $10 billion over the past 5 years on Facebook, more than $10 billion over the last 5 years advertising on Facebook, and most of them did that under the premise that Facebook had set forward for them. Facebook, in both its corporate communications and also in its sales meetings, has consistently said now for years, if you pay for advertising to acquire a base of fans, you will then be able to communicate to those fans. That's both the explicit and the implicit bargain that Facebook has made with marketers. The problem is, marketers tell us that they don't feel like Facebook has kept up their end of the bargain, because 2 years ago, Facebook admitted that on average, each brand's posts reach only 16% of their fans. Now, Facebook hasn't updated that number, but we've seen very strong data from very large data sets recently to suggest that as few as 2% of a brand's fans are receiving each of their branded posts. So that's the first big complaint, that marketers paid for this audience. They're not asking for free advertising. They already paid for this audience, and now they're being denied access to the audience for which they already paid. The second complaint is from marketers who just accept that Facebook is no longer, a lot of marketers who are saying we can't reach our audience anymore. What they're saying is Facebook doesn't feel much like social anymore. It doesn't feel like a social marketing opportunity anymore. Some marketers have already accepted that, and they say, listen, Facebook is just the same as MSN or Yahoo or a TV network. It's just a place for us to buy ads. And the marketers who have accepted that have moved forward and said, if it's just a place to buy ads, we're going to try it out. But the problem is, they're also telling us that the ads they're buying from Facebook just simply aren't performing as well as the ads they can buy from most other sites online. So it's twofold. Some marketers are upset with Facebook for abandoning its promise of social marketing and for
what about the conversion? What about the conversion rates? What about the conversion rates?
I'm sorry, I can't hear the question. Can you ask it again?
What about the conversion rates?
The conversion rates are going to vary quite a bit from one marketer to the next marketer, and the reality is when we've asked marketers in surveys and in conversations what their objectives are on Facebook, they're very broad. So there is no single answer to what marketers want. Many of them want brand impact. Some of them want traffic, some of them want leads, and some of them want conversions. And what we're hearing is that the marketers who are focused on direct response, the ones who are focused on leads and conversions, some of them are finding a positive ROI. Many of them are not finding a positive ROI. But what's really interesting to me is that even the marketers who find a positive ROI on Facebook tell us that ROI isn't nearly as good as the return they would get from email or search or even just regular banner ads on other websites.
Thank you very much, Nate, for this insight.